My name is Ifer Prasad and this is my work, Letters to the Spectre. I think it started with me being really interested in film photography. I just like the sort of physicality of it and how tactile it is. The fact that you have something that now exists in the world and it's not just on your phone or anything else. I also really like the idea of memory and like exploring how perception changes and perception of yourself and other people and how that contributes to identity, I guess. It started from basically my love of film and enjoying having something really tactile to work on. I also liked exploring ideas of memory and perception and how they create identity. Also just existential questions of life, I suppose. I have my Polaroid photos, obviously, so I have some of them I've just left as Polaroid photos, and then others I have created emulsions of. So I've taken the photo apart and sort of put it in water and then like put it onto a piece of paper, which I really enjoy doing because it feels very cool to have this like photograph in your hand and there's like no other way it exists. Like you can't access it on your phone or like this is the only version of it that you have. I've played with it a couple of times, but this was my first time doing it properly and getting to scan them so you can see all the little textures and stuff like that. I also had the writing, which is very much due to my love of discursive writing. I keep a journal. I love asking questions just to the universe, I suppose. Just kind of things I've always considered but never really got answers to, or I don't know if other people have also considered them. So I guess it's sort of an invitation for other people to also find community in these questions. I guess it's all about things I believe. So I talk about objective truth and how I don't really believe that there's such thing as an objective truth, because I think that everything is shaped by the way that we perceive it. It's like no one heard a tree fall. Did it really make a noise? They each have different sort of themes. This first one is about I used to dress very eccentrically, and I think a lot of people found that I seemed different. Like I would have my hair dyed and I would have piercings, and a lot of people in my old school sort of didn't really understand, or I would get called out in public and it was sort of uncomfortable for me. And then when I talked to people about it and I said I didn't like the attention it brought, they would laugh at me and say, aren't you doing it for the attention? But it was just sort of, I wanted to explore who I was. This one is about trying to find joy in life, and the fact that I think often in Western society we really value not finding joy, but rather it's about suffering, and like you have to find a job and you have to be miserable in that job and your only goal in life is to make money. And we all seem sort of against each other, like every man for himself, but it's like, why don't we work as a community to like build? When I began the project, I was taking photos of my brother, and Mel asked me, why can't you be in the photos? And I was like, I'm way too uncomfortable to do that. But I think I've changed a lot, and I've been able to, even if it's only in silhouettes and ghostly expressions, it's been interesting taking photos of myself and like being okay with them. Do something that you enjoy and find a lot of enjoyment in, because I feel like people do things that they think are gonna get marked well rather than things they enjoy, and then they aren't able to put their everything into it. And challenge what people say art is. Like, lots of people have seen this and said, how is that art? But it's, you know, art is about challenging the boundaries of what it is.